Hello friends. Every year, over 2 million tons of pig skin are processed worldwide, turning what seems like waste into valuable food, leather, and medical products. But have you ever wondered what really happens behind the scenes? Step inside a processing factory, where advanced technology and skilled workers transform pig skin into everyday essentials. Ready to uncover this incredible process? Pig farming is a massive global industry, with over 1.4 billion pigs raised annually. Leading producers like China, the United States, and Germany process millions of pigs each year, ensuring no part goes to waste, including the skin. Inside a processing factory, pigs undergo a precise system. After stunning and bleeding, the skin is carefully removed as a byproduct. Rather than being discarded, it is repurposed for food, leather, and medical uses. Today, ethical and sustainable practices are transforming the industry, with higher welfare farming, eco-friendly processing, and waste reduction at the forefront. As demand for pork rises, advanced processing factories play a key role in maximizing efficiency, while ensuring responsible pig farming and environmental sustainability. Pig farming is a huge global industry, with over 1.4 billion pigs raised each year. Leading producers in China, the United States, and Germany transport millions of pigs to processing plants every day, using specialized trucks designed to protect the animals. Once at the processing plant, the pigs undergo a carefully controlled process. They are first rested to reduce stress, then humanely anesthetized. Their bodies are then passed through automated systems where the skin is loosened using boiling water tanks and dehairing machines. The skin is then removed, cleaned, and sorted for a variety of uses, from food production to leather production. Ethical and sustainable practices such as waste reduction and energy-efficient processing are transforming the industry, ensuring that pig processing remains efficient and environmentally responsible. Pig skin is a valuable ingredient in the food industry, with over 400,000 tons processed annually for gelatin, collagen, and crispy pork snacks. Inside a processing factory, pigskin undergoes a precise transformation. To make gelatin, it is boiled at 140 to 190 DGF, filtered to remove impurities, then dried and ground into a fine powder, used in over 70% of gummy candies and desserts. Collagen extracted from pigskin is a booming industry, with the global collagen market expected to reach $7 billion, $500 million by 2028. In snack production, pig skin is cleaned, boiled, dried, and deep-fried to make pork rinds. A favorite in the $4 billion, $300 million pork snack industry. Even sausages utilize processed pig skin for texture, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Pig leather is a durable and flexible material widely used in fashion, furniture, and sports equipment, with global pigskin leather production exceeding 200 million square feet annually. Inside a processing factory, raw pigskin undergoes tanning and chemical treatments, where it is soaked in chromium salts or vegetable tannins to improve durability and resistance to moisture. Compared to cow leather, pig leather is 30% lighter, more breathable due to its natural porous structure, and up to 25% cheaper, making it a cost-effective alternative for gloves, shoes, and upholstery. Consumer reviews praise pig leather for its soft texture, durability, and affordability, especially in luxury handbags and sports gear. As demand grows, processing factories are adopting eco-friendly tanning to meet sustainability standards. Pig skin is a critical resource in medicine, used in wound dressings, burn treatments, and organ transplant research. Its structure closely mimics human skin, making it ideal for artificial skin grafts that help burn victims heal faster. Additionally, pig skin is a primary source of pharmaceutical-grade collagen, essential for anti-aging treatments, medical sutures, and regenerative medicine. Inside a processing factory, pigskin undergoes sterilization and extraction processes to ensure it meets strict medical standards. The global collagen market, largely driven by pig-derived sources, is expected to reach $7 billion, $500 million by 2028. With growing concerns about sustainability, the pigskin processing industry is evolving. Researchers are now developing eco-friendly tanning methods, lab-grown collagen, and plant-based alternatives to minimize waste and pollution. These advancements ensure that processing factories continue to produce high-quality materials while reducing environmental impact, securing pigskin's role in medical and industrial innovation.
On modern pig farms in Georgia, raising millions of pigs is carried out in a highly automated manner, helping to reduce labor and improve production efficiency. The automatic feeding line system installed in front of the pig barn plays an important role in providing food for pigs. The line consists of feeding hoppers arranged in rows along the downspout. Each hopper has the same capacity and is designed to provide enough food for pigs throughout the day. In the morning, the farmer will fill the hoppers with feed. The amount of feed required for each hopper is calculated based on the number of pigs in the pen and their nutritional needs. Using this automatic system saves time and effort for farmers, while ensuring that pigs are always provided with enough food for 24 hours. The modern pig farming system in Georgia, with the use of automatic feeding lines and other automation equipment, brings many benefits to farmers, including saving on labor costs. However, with modern livestock farming systems, many manual jobs have been automated, helping to reduce the need for workers. The automatic feeding line helps provide food to pigs accurately and effectively. The automatic ventilation system helps regulate temperature and humidity in the barn, and the pig health monitoring system helps with early detection, health problems, and timely treatment. At a pig farm in Georgia, with a scale of 2,000 pigs, it used to take about 20 workers to take care of the pigs. However, after applying modern farming systems, the number of employees was reduced to 5 people. This helps the farm save significant labor costs, thereby improving profits and business efficiency. In hot climates, more ventilation fans need to be used, and the fan capacity must also be higher to ensure the barn is well ventilated. A piglet barn has an area of 10,763 ft2 and holds 500 piglets. According to the above principle, it is necessary to install 5 to 10 ventilation fans. Each ventilation fan needs to have a minimum airflow of 5,393 to 8,829 ft3 minute. An adult pig barn has an area of 21,527 ft2 and houses 1,000 adult pigs. According to the above principle, it is necessary to install 10 to 20 ventilation fans. Each ventilation fan needs to have a minimum airflow of 10,595 to 17,658 ft3 minute. How many acres is your livestock barn? If your farm also installs a ventilation system, please comment number 1. Thanks to the application of modern livestock technology, the process of bringing pigs to the processing factory has been shortened. Before bringing pigs to the processing area, their temperature will be measured and their health checked to ensure they do not have any diseases that affect meat quality. According to regulations of the United States Department of Agriculture (USDA), the body temperature of pigs must be lower than 103 degrees before being brought into the processing plant. Measuring body temperature ensures that pigs are healthy and free of fever, thus producing meat that is safe for human consumption. Pigs with body temperatures higher than 103 degrees will be quarantined and examined further to determine the cause of the fever. Livestock farms need an operating license issued by the USDA to carry out body temperature measurement and pig inspection procedures. This license ensures that the farm meets USDA food safety and sanitation standards. One day the farm will receive body temperature measurements for hundreds of pigs every day to facilitate slaughtering. If you do not do it properly, it will affect the health of people using pork on the market. Please contribute to protecting public health. Not everyone can transport pigs. Only persons with a valid pig transporter license are allowed to transport pigs. Drivers must also have a commercial driver's license and must comply with all GDOT animal transportation regulations. A maximum of 200 to 300 pigs can only be transported by large-sized transport vehicles. If transported in excess, there will be a fine of 500 USD or more for violations. The types of documents that drivers need to carry during the transport process are a pig transport license, pig health certificate, sales receipt, and finally animal transport license. Are you an employee who specializes in transporting pigs to the pig processing area safely? If so, please click the like button. After bringing the pigs to the safe processing plant area, you will no longer be unfamiliar with handling pigs and packaging them for the market. After completing the humane unconsciousness step with CO2 gas, the pigs will be transported by conveyor to the area where the processor is waiting. That employee will wait at the conveyor belt, and the fainted pigs will be hooked by the employee with their hind legs. They will be hung upside down to proceed to the next step. You would think they are sent for processing to separate the stems, right? But it is different from processing factories in other countries. In Georgia, the factory carefully processes them through hot furnace temperatures to remove any remaining hair from their bodies. After going through this step, they will then be moved through robotic machines with high-capacity cutting blades. To separate their carcasses, to remove and process all internal organs. The cutting net automatically cuts the pork carcass into pieces, helping to minimize human involvement. In particular, it helps ensure hygiene and safety and ensures the risk of accidents for workers. In a day, they operate from 8 to 16 hours a day and have a processing capacity of 500 to 1,000 pigs an hour. The factory will need to check the operation of the cutting net to ensure factory performance is not interrupted. Are you processing pigs manually or applying modern technology in processing? Please share with us below the description to learn more new things from other crafters. Finishing the entire process of processing and cleaning pigs with technology, the next step requires the participation of workers, especially leading experts in meat quality inspection, again. This shows that the country of Georgia is very concerned about its health and reputation in the domestic market in particular, and the export market in particular. They will inspect every small part of the pig's body. The food testing process takes place over 2 days. Only when the inspection process is assured can millions of pounds of pork in storage proceed to the packaging step. I know you will be looking forward to the packaging process, to see what the processor will do to create the pork products you are using at the moment, right? You can rest assured that when processing each piece of meat, the processor will wear safety protective suits to ensure hygiene. If employees at the factory do not comply with food hygiene and safety regulations, they will be fired. Have you noticed that, in addition to wearing protective gear, the processor is also equipped with a metal apron and metal gloves to ensure work efficiency? During work, they will not be hurt by processing tools. Do you like the Georgian people's process from farming to processing? Here they are very concerned about the welfare of animals. If you agree with this opinion, please comment number 1 below so we have the motivation to create more interesting videos. To support us in spirit, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your interest in the entire video. The pork industry in Canada has achieved many successes and is continuing to grow with new trends towards sustainable, environmentally friendly production and improved animal welfare. To do this, what did farmers have to do to make Canada the third largest pork exporter in the world? In particular, western provinces like Saskatchewan are applying the model of raising pigs on pasture. However, the growth rate of pigs raised on pasture may be slower than those raised in barns because they exercise more. At the same time, thanks to this method of raising meat, the quality of meat has increased and is highly appreciated by consumers for its flavor, softness, and nutritional content. Another outstanding advantage of this livestock farming method is that the pasture farming system helps reduce greenhouse gas emissions and environmental pollution. If you think the indoor or outdoor farming method is more effective, please leave a comment below. You will be surprised by the model of raising lactating mother pigs in Canada. Traditionally, pigs will be raised in barns with heating bulbs. Here, some farms are applying a unique method of raising mother pigs and piglets outdoors. Instead of raising only adult pigs, they raise a herd of lactating pigs in a natural environment. To ensure that they have a place to rest and avoid heat, rain, and wind, breeders build separate small cages with dimensions of about 10 feet x 10 feet. These pens are spaced evenly across the grazing field, creating a large outdoor pig village. The area of a pig grazing field usually ranges from 50 to 100 acres, with enough room for many cages for mother pigs and piglets to live. Thanks to exposure to the natural environment, piglets have better resistance, are less susceptible to diseases, and grow healthily. Many people wonder whether Canadians only raise pigs on grass. The answer is yes, however, this is not the most popular method. Most pig farms in Canada use a grain-based diet to maintain meat quality and weight.
Donc elle vient de 30 kg. Et en protéines avec du poids, donc chez nous, il ne rentre
que de soja, maïs, base d'alimentation. Donc nous, on ne pousse pas les cochons
à leur poids qu'on estime être le poids idéal d'abattre.
If pigs are not well fed, meat quality can be affected, leading to a decrease in leanness and lighter and tougher meat. So if you intend to apply this new farming method, you need to keep this in mind. Another testing requirement is that the grass-fed pigs do not contain toxic chemicals and have appropriate nutritional content.
The Duroc is in there for the general growth. That's the reason.
At the same time, the grass is periodically tested for nutritional content, safety, and pollution levels twice a month.
Feed can
In your
save
farming
another
area, grain
50%.
feeding is still applied, right? If so, please comment number 1 below.
More output, higher welfare.
The Canadian way of raising pigs is very wild and environmentally friendly. The pig farming industry cannot lack straw as a source of raw materials. Have you heard about the benefits of straw? If not, I will answer your questions here. Straw is a useful raw material and plays an important role in the Canadian pig industry. Using straw brings many benefits to both farmers and pigs, including improving barn hygiene, providing fiber, reducing costs, and improving animal welfare. Instead of spending a lot of money on providing bedding for pigs, farmers use straw. It not only helps keep pigs warm on cold days, but also helps pigs gnaw when they are hungry. Fiber in straw also helps pigs feel full for a long time and reduces the risk of overeating. However, this is not the main food source for pigs. When watching this, what animal husbandry experience have you learned? Please share your opinion below. Let us accompany you in developing this new livestock industry. After watching the entire process of raising livestock using the grazing method, you will be curious about the historical process and information about Canadian people's farming methods, right?
Dans un cahier des charges très strict.
Pig raising methods in Canada have a long history, starting with Europeans who immigrated here in the 17th century. At that time, they brought with them traditional European knowledge of pig raising, including grazing. Pigs in forests and grasslands. If you are familiar with the model of raising animals in a closed environment, you can try switching to this model. However, you need to meet all the conditions in terms of livestock area and food source.
Dans des parcs pour préparer la mise bas. Donc quand le parc est libre, il est libre de les mises bas et les croissances, il y a toujours la moitié
Let
des
the
parcs.
pigs feel comfortable and
Sur 20
develop
hectares,
best.
il y a toujours de nouveau les déjections, donc l'azote et autres qui ont été déposés par les cochons pour redonner un couvert qui sera de nouveau.
When transporting large quantities of pigs by car in Canada, certain regulations and safety measures must be prepared and followed.
Afin d'éviter la contamination lors de la manipulation des animaux et de l'avion.
Before transporting, the transporter needs to ensure that the vehicles and transport equipment are safe enough and meet animal transport standards.
Il est du devoir du camionneur de respecter les procédés épidémiques.
The travel speed of trucks transporting pigs in city areas is usually limited to 20 to 30 mph to ensure the safety of people and animals.
Contaminé par le virus de la DEP dans le processus de débarquement des animaux. La contamination par la DEP et le camionneur doit demeurer en tout temps dans la remorque. L'équipement de l'abattoir ne doit jamais être utilisé dans la remorque.
It is necessary to check and ensure that trucks are equipped with adequate ventilation and air conditioning systems to maintain an ideal environment for pigs during transport. Please pay attention to these conditions during transportation so as not to affect their health. Do you know the weight of a truck transporting pigs in the video? The process of stunning pigs using electric pulses is an important part of the pork processing process at processing plants. To stun pigs, the factory uses special equipment called electrostimulators. These machines generate electrical impulses to stun pigs before they are processed. The electrical pulse rate used is usually quite low, only around 100 to 500 meters, and safety regulations and maintained. In a single day, a pork processing plant can process hundreds of pigs, depending on the scale of the production operation. Pork in Canada is usually sold at a stable price, ranging from about 4 to 6 Canadian dollars CAD. Canadians often prefer pork that contains about 70 to 80% lean meat. Each year, Canada exports approximately 2.6 million pounds of pork to various markets around the world, including the United States, China, Japan, Mexico, and European countries. Canada's access to these markets is often driven by trade agreements and rising consumer demand. Because during the processing process, Canadian pork is mainly processed by automation with support from robots and advanced technology. This helps improve productivity and product quality and ensures food hygiene and safety standards. What's special about the journey to discover the livestock industry in Canada and modern processing lines? What are your feelings when watching the video? Please comment and share your opinions for everyone to refer to. Comment number 2, if you like the modern processing line here. Press the like button to express your feelings when you feel curious while watching our videos. Thank you for accompanying the breeders until the end.
Wagyu cattle originating in Japan are deeply rooted in the nation's culture and renowned for their exceptional marbling and quality. Japanese Afive Wagyu, the highest grade praised in many farming documentaries, boasts marbling levels far exceeding that of Angus prime beef, offering unmatched tenderness and richness. Until 2012, Japanese Wagyu exports were banned, but small quantities are now available under strict quotas. In contrast, American Wagyu often results from crossbreeding Wagyu with Angus cattle, blending Japanese marbling with Angus's robust flavor. While American Wagyu is less marbled, it represents a more accessible premium option, showcasing a fusion of tradition and innovation. In the U.S., the process of auctioning Wagyu cattle differs significantly from Japan, reflecting adaptations to the American cattle industry. Wagyu calves, born and raised on breeder farms, are nurtured with diets rich in milk replacers and grain-based supplements to ensure optimal early development. Once these calves reach around 8 to 10 months of age and weigh approximately 500 to 600 pounds, they are sold at specialized livestock auctions. At auctions in this farming documentary, buyers, often fattening farm operators, evaluate calves based on genetic data, weight, and overall condition. Fattening farms in the U.S. are typically larger than their Japanese counterparts, leveraging extensive land and mechanized feeding systems. After successfully bidding, Wagyu cattle in the U.S. are transferred to fattening farms, where they receive meticulous care for 18 to 24 months. Each cow consumes up to 5 tons of high-energy feed during this period, comprising grains, corn, and forage, to ensure their signature marbling. Regular hoof trimming is conducted every 6 to 12 months, preventing lameness and supporting the animal's mobility during the extended fattening phase. Some farms also adopt Japanese-inspired practices like occasional massages, though these are less common in USA operations compared to Japan. In this farming documentary, the scale of these farms varies, but many operate on large acreages, accommodating hundreds of cattle at a time. Such detailed care allows farms to produce American Wagyu that fetches premium prices, with full-blood Wagyu cuts reaching $100 per pound, and crossbreeds around $50 to $75 per pound, depending on marbling and quality. On American Wagyu farms, cattle are fed a carefully managed diet of grains like corn and rice straw for up to 24 months to develop marbling. While the practice of feeding beer to cows, common in Japan, is not widely used in the USA, it may occasionally be used to stimulate appetite and digestion. The focus on a high-energy diet combined with a low-stress environment helps promote intramuscular fat, creating the beef's signature tenderness. The fattening process is monitored closely, adjusting feed to ensure optimal marbling. While American Wagyu may have slightly less fat than Japanese Wagyu, the careful feeding and care still produce premium beef. Wagyu cattle were first introduced to the U.S. in the late 1970s through limited imports of Japanese Wagyu breeds like Korogi Washu. Today, American Wagyu, often crossbred with Angus cattle, can be seen in farming documentaries raised on farms spanning key regions such as Texas, Nebraska, and Idaho, where vast grazing lands and agricultural infrastructure support large-scale operations. Some U.S. Wagyu farms cover thousands of acres to ensure the cattle have stress-free environments and space for quality feeding programs. American Wagyu herds remain smaller in scale compared to traditional beef breeds, with an estimated 30,000 Wagyu-influenced cattle in the U.S., including both full-blood and crossbred lines. Feeding programs designed to replicate Japanese methods require extensive resources, with cattle consuming up to 5 tons of feed over a 600-day fattening period. These farms combine Japanese breeding techniques with American efficiencies, producing premium beef while maintaining the meticulous standards that define Wagyu. The U.S. Wagyu beef market is expanding rapidly, with demand driven by its luxury reputation and rich marbling. The country now consumes a significant portion of global Wagyu beef, although Japan remains the dominant producer, with 96% of the world's Wagyu cattle residing there. The U.S. accounts for about 2% of global Wagyu beef production, largely through cross-breeding with Angus cattle. In recent years, more than 500 restaurants in the U.S. focus on Wagyu beef, and 57% of U.S. consumers buy Wagyu beef for special occasions. On the consumption side, the U.S. remains a major player, importing 80 to 90% of Australian Wagyu beef. And American-bred Wagyu beef is increasingly popular due to its affordability and high quality. This market is expected to continue to grow as more Americans embrace Wagyu beef for both everyday meals and as a premium in many farming documentaries.